Hey, what's up, players? Calypso from Summoner's War here, and today we're going to look at the various ways to rune Orochi, as I like to call him because he's so pro-chi. There are a lot of ways to rune him, and one of the ways, I'm actually going to use real examples here, so let's visit some players with good pro-chis. Starting with, let's see here, PNC's very own SEO to top, or aka known as Potatoes. You know, he's a real fan of PNC, you can tell, because he pretty much tattooed PNC on his island right there with those trees. I don't know how much money those trees cost. Maybe you can move them around, but let's take a look at his Prochi. Let's see, he's 5-star, but the runes for Prochi are what's important, because what you want, and this he's done very well, is 100% crit rate with a decent amount of accuracy. In my opinion, he could use a decent amount of accuracy, a bit more accuracy. Maybe if you replace these energy runes with some focus runes, that would give him some extra accuracy. But overall, this is a pretty well-runed Prochi. Even at 5 stars, he already has over 1k attack, because he's full attack. I would like to see a little bit more speed on him, just as a personal preference, maybe more speed subs, but this is a pretty well-runed Prochi. It's got focus, blade, and energy. So not bad. And then we're going to take a look at my Prochi, and I runed him a little bit differently. I actually took my own advice, and instead of energy runes, I have 2 sets of focus runes and 1 set of blade runes. This is a very much Giants-based Prochi because he's got 1 HP rune, which is unusual for Prochi, because you'd think, well, he's an attack monster, you want a lot of attack, but HP helps him survive against the Giants' watery wrath. We've got HP, attack, and those subs kind of suck, but that's okay because there's crit damage among them, 7%. YOLO subs, but this crit rate rune is 6-star. It's got a little bit of a speed sub and a crap ton of attack subs. This rune makes my Prochi. So he's got 1.7, almost 1.7k attack, 125 speed, not bad, and almost 20k HP. So that's my Prochi with 100% crit rate and 72% accuracy. So here's one really awesome way to rune him. Tons of accuracy, 100% crit rate, a lot of attack, a decent amount of HP. There's one other Prochi I want to cover, and this is a different set. This isn't a triple set of 2-star runes. This is a standard 4-set, 2-set rune setup. And this is by Enlightens. He's going to shed some light. He's going to shed some light on how to rune Prochi. Another 6-star. He's got more speed than mine. He's got like 4 more speed points than me. Doesn't quite have 100% crit rate, which in my opinion can be detrimental, because with RNGesus, you never know when you're not going to crit. Sometimes like you might do his freaking skill with Storm and Gale, and all of a sudden he only crits like 2 times, and then all of a sudden with 50% accuracy you only find yourself landing like 1 continuous damage debuff. So I'm not a big fan of not 100% crit rate. It's good that it's 97%, so it's almost there. But his runes are interesting because it's rage and focus, and they're not maxed out all the way, so you can see that there's still a decent amount of potential, at least with maybe this attack rune right here. The 2, 4, 6 are maxed out all the way, which is great, because it really allows us to see his full potential. And what we've got here is 129% crit damage. That's what's really interesting, because he's got about the same attack as me, almost 1.7k attack, but he's got almost 1.6k attack, and he's going for the damage with his hits, because 97% crit rate, 129% crit damage, that's going to be a ton of damage. So with the example I gave earlier, even if he only lands 1 continuous damage with this skill, he's still going to do a ton of damage right off the bat just from having such high crit damage. So this is another way to rune Orochi. That's almost all of the rune builds that make sense for him. You can also rune him with Swift to make him super fast because he has 107 base speed. That's not as common. You can rune him Violent. That's also not quite as common just because Violent runes are so hard to find. Now Rage runes are going to be really hard to find too. So this is also a really good setup. But yeah, Violent runes are hard to find. And there's usually an opportunity cost with Violent runes where there are other monsters that can probably benefit much more from Violent runes than, for example, Wind Ninja. So those are the various flavors of Orochi. And that's it for today. Peace out, guys.